Wole Soyinka was born July 13th, 1934 in western Nigeria. He was the second of six children. Oh, shit. As a little boy, Soyinka had contact with traditional Yoruba beliefs and Christianity as well. And this atmosphere of religious syncretism have had a great influence on his yet forming personality. About year 40, 1940, after attending St. Peter's Primary School, Soyinka goes to Abu Kuta Grammar School, where he wins several prizes for composition. In 1946, he is accepted by Government College in Ibadan, at that time Nigeria's most elite secondary school. Upon completion of his studies at college, Soyinka moves to Lagos, where he finds employment as a clerk. During this period of time, he writes some plays and short stories that are broadcasted by Nigerian radio. After finishing his course in 1952, Soyinka begins studies at University College in Ibadan, a school connected with the University of London. During this course, he studies English literature and Great Western history. In the year 1953 to 1954, his second and the last at University College in Ibadan before moving to Leeds in England, he works as an editor for the Eagle, a non-frequent periodical of a humorous character. On the second page of this journal, he writes commentaries about academic life, often criticizing stingily his college students, and many times courteously defends affronted and insulted female colleagues. Then he writes his first publication, a short radio broadcast for Nigerian Broadcasting Service national program called Kefi's Birthday Threat, which is being broadcasted in July 1954 by Nigerian Radio Time. In 1954, Soyinka moves to England, where he begins studies in English literature, under the supervision of his mentor, Wilson Knight. He becomes acquainted then with a number of young, gifted British writers. Before defending his MA, young Soyinka successfully engages in literary fiction. After that, he stays in Leeds with an intention of earning a doctorate. Influenced by his promoter, Soyinka decides to merge European theatrical traditions with those of Yoruba people. In 1958, he emerges his first major play, entitled The Swamp Dwellers. One year later, he writes The Lion and the Jewel, a comedy which arouses an interest in several members of London Royal Court Theatre. Encouraged, Soyinka leaves his doctoral studies and moves to London, where he works as a play reader for a Royal Court Theatre. At the same time, both plays are displayed in Ibadan. In 1960, awarded with the Rockefeller Research Fellowship, Soyinka returns to Nigeria. Year 1986 is undoubtedly the year of major glory and at the same time of triumph of Wole Soyinka over hatred, dictatorship arraignments, and political violence of African regimes. The Royal Swedish Academy awards him with Nobel Prize for Literature as the one who, in a wide cultural perspective and with poetic overtones, fashions the drama of existence. This way, the foremost Nigerian dramaticist becomes at the same time the first African laureate of the Nobel Prize, enrolling for the good to the history of world literature and to the heritage of human nation. The Nobel literature which Soyinka proclaims on this occasion, in which he is criticizing apartheid and politics of racial segregation of the then South African government, is devoted entirely to the person of South African politic Nelson Mandela. This year brings him another award, a Gift Prize for Literature, and at the end of it, he is awarded with Nigerian National Decoration, Commander of the Federal Republic. In 1988, in New York, appears a new collection of poems, Mandela's Earth and Other Poems, and in Nigeria appears another essays collection entitled Art, Dialogue, and Outrage, Essays on Literature and Culture. The year 1990, the second part of his memoir, called Isra, a Voyage Around Essay, comes out. In July 1991, the BBC African Service transmits his radio play, A Scourge of Happiness, and the next year, in Siena, his play From Zia to Love has its premiere.